Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment.
This is not the first time Katt Williams is talking about the Illuminati and its influence on media and entertainment. He has exposed many celebrities in multiple interviews for their secret affair with the secret society. In a now viral podcast, Katt Williams has focused his guns on two popular comedians as he exposes their secrets. These are none other than Steve Harvey and Kevin Hart. So what exactly did he reveal? Let's dive in. Katt Williams on Kevin Hart. Katt Williams has gone hard on many famous comedians who have taken the short route to success. According to him, while most people in the industry work day and night to hone their crafts, others just have the backing of the Illuminati and with that, guaranteed success in their career. These comedians are allegedly involved in unspeakable things and are used as puppets to drive certain agendas in the entertainment industry. Most notably, the comedian has been on several interviews attacking Steve Harvey and Kevin Hart, both of whom have had strong comedy careers. But with the recent attacks from Katt Williams, one can only wonder whether there is a secret ingredient to their successful careers, an ingredient that is perhaps not available to everyone. Let's explore the unbelievable facts and jaw-dropping events that have unfolded over the years. From accusations of being an industry plant to claims of stolen jokes and even involvement with the Illuminati. Get ready for a roller coaster of emotions and a deep dive into the world of comedy's most notorious rivalry. Let's start with Kevin Hart, and in order to understand the depth and intensity of the feud between Kevin Hart and Katt Williams, we must go back to the early years when the seeds of animosity were first planted. It was a time when both comedians were making their mark in the industry, but little did they know that their paths would eventually collide in a clash of egos and rivalries. The year was 2012, and Kevin Hart's star was on the rise. He had been steadily building his career, releasing successful stand-up specials and gaining recognition for his unique comedic style. However, with success comes scrutiny, and Katt Williams, a seasoned comedian with his own loyal following, took notice. Through what many termed as jealousy, Katt maintained that Kevin's growth and rise was not organic, and that he had some powerful forces behind. In 2014, Williams made headlines when he blasted Shaquille O'Neal and Russell Simmons for trying their hand in comedy. In the TMZ Sports interview, Williams was asked about the funniest athlete, and he didn't hold back. He took aim at Shaquille O'Neal, calling him a bum, and suggesting that he and Russell Simmons should stay in their lanes and leave comedy to the professionals.
I think that Shaq and Russell Simmons should get out of comedy and stay in their lane. They don't see us making a league of professional basketball players under 6 foot. So what qualifies these dudes because they got $100 million to come over in comedy and do Shaq's All-Star? Get out of here, you bum.
According to Katt, having lots of money did not mean that anyone could cross over to comedy, avoid all the struggle of coming up as a comedian, and actually make it in the industry. However, what stood out even more were his scathing remarks about his fellow comedian Kevin Hart. These comments are what truly ignited the feud. Williams boldly called Hart a bitch, insinuating that he took orders from other people.
Get out of here, you bum, before I take the rest of you girls. Like you took Kevin Hart from me. I want my back.
Katt Williams followed this up in his media tour to explain why he thought Kevin Hart was a and a puppet who did everything he was told regardless of what it was. He was very vocal on the message black comedians were perpetuating with the wearing of the dress to be demeaning to the black man, and it may not be necessarily funny.
It is possible that there isn't anything funnier than a guy in a dress. And if that's the case, then it might also be said that there's nothing funnier than a black guy in a dress.
The comments were in reference to the number of black comedians who were being forced to wear dresses in movies, from Martin Lawrence in Big Mama's House to Marlon Wayans in White Chicks, and even Kevin Hart in an SNL skit. Interestingly, Katt went ahead to admit that he understood Kevin Hart's decision to toe the line and do as he was told by the industry. According to him, going against the industry would cost one dearly, as he had already witnessed from his own career.
It's not necessary for us to stir up that hornet's nest unless we intend to get stung 1,000,000 times. I didn't understand that. They had to sting me 1,000,000 times. I'm still not going to join, but I respect it a little.
According to Katt, there were many black comedians before Kevin Hart who had worn dresses, and it was just Kevin Hart's turn, which, according to many people, meant that it was Kevin's turn to go through the dress-wearing ritual for him to get to the next level in his career.
I'm saying, at the end of the day, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him. So now we had Big Mama's House 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I've never seen Medea in a pantsuit. I think she wears dresses. So now I'm saying, why are we picking on poor little Kevin Hart? Because it was his turn next.
Katt revealed in the interview. Even though Katt may have agreed that the precedent set by other black comedians on wearing dresses may have absolved Kevin Hart of any kind of guilt, it is important to remember that Kevin Hart had himself revealed in an interview that would never do it.
I was actually one of those comedians that said, no, I wouldn't wear a dress. There's no way I would wear a dress.
According to Kevin Hart, he was not forced into it. He did it voluntarily and that the act was relevant and it needed a dress, further cementing that he doesn't act according to other people, rather his own volition.
It's all about choice. You know, nobody makes you do anything. Nobody says this is what you got to do. This is the only way that you're going to do it.
That didn't stop Katt from attacking Kevin. In another interview with a local radio station, Katt made some shocking claims about Kevin, accusing him of being an industry plant and insinuating that his rapid rise to fame was not entirely earned. These accusations sent shockwaves through the comedy community and ignited a fire within Kevin to defend himself.
Have we heard of a comedian that came to LA and in his first year in LA, he had his own sitcom on network television?
According to Katt, Kevin Hart's journey to stardom was not riddled with too many potholes as he or other comedians had faced, which he termed as suspicious. He also mentioned how hard it was for him and other comedians like Dave Chappelle. They have had to fight the media, the general public, and work extra hard to get where they are because they went against the industry's norms.
When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them. End quote.
Kevin vehemently denied being an industry plant and asserted that he had worked tirelessly to achieve his success. In an interview on The Breakfast Club Power, Kevin stated he found it to be weird that Katt was attacking and hating those coming after him instead of paving the way. According to Kevin Hart, the reason that Katt was hating was because he didn't want to take accountability for his actions, which had led him to lose opportunities he was granted when he was on top.
You don't hear the guys that got on top and that made it by doing what they love complain about the people that are coming under them.
As the years went by, the feud between Kevin Hart and Katt Williams has continued to simmer beneath the surface. Both comedians seem to always take every opportunity to throw shade at each other, whether it be in interviews, on social media, or even during their stand-up routines. The insults were often personal and brutal, with each trying to outdo the other in an attempt to prove their superiority. In 2014, the feud reached a boiling point when Katt Williams made a series of controversial comments about Kevin during a stand-up performance. He mocked Kevin's height, referring to him as a puppet, and suggested that he had compromised his integrity for the sake of success, trying to appeal to a white audience. The audience that belonged to a certain group who are strategically placed in order to push a certain agenda in entertainment. Surprisingly, in 2016, Katt publicly apologized to Kevin Hart for all the remarks he had made about him, even going as far as to say that he was the king of comedy. I also owe a humongous apology to Kevin Hart. When I did a show at Phillips Arena, I kind of lost myself and I didn't do my stand-up performance. I actually did an hour of talking to Atlanta because I love Atlanta and made a lot of mistakes and said a lot of things that just be in Katt Williams' head, but I was not talking to the world, I was talking to the city of Atlanta, and I should have never mentioned Kevin Hart's name. That is the reigning king of comedy if you ask for popular consensus, Katt said. The fact that I, while being on stage pretending to be higher than that, would then stoop down to the same level and try to embarrass Kevin Hart in front of his children and loved ones after all the hard work he's done since the year 2002 is just regrettable on my part. So I humbly apologize to not only Kevin Hart, but Heartbeat Production, the Plastic Cup Boys, and anybody associated with Kevin Hart. While people thought that the beef had finally died down, things were not all rosy behind the scenes, as Kevin Hart later revealed. In 2017, when Kevin Hart released his memoir, I Can't Make This Up: Life Lessons. In the book, Kevin opened up about his experiences in the comedy industry and addressed the ongoing feud with Katt Williams. He expressed his frustration with Katt's constant attacks and revealed that he had tried to reach out to Katt privately to resolve their issues, but was met with resistance. In 2018, the feud took a dramatic turn when Katt Williams made a series of scathing comments about Kevin Hart during a radio interview. He criticized Kevin's comedic style, suggesting that he relied too heavily on self-deprecating humor and lacked the depth and substance of a true comedian. These comments struck a nerve with Kevin, who responded with a fiery Instagram post, defending his comedic approach and asserting that he had earned his success through hard work and dedication. In 2024, the feud took another twist when Katt Williams made headlines for his appearance on Shannon Sharpe's Club Shay Shay YouTube show and podcast. During the nearly 3-hour interview, Katt took shots at several of his big-name peers, including Kevin Hart, Cedric the Entertainer, and Steve Harvey. He made accusations of stolen jokes, industry plants, and compromised integrity, reigniting the animosity between him and Kevin. As the feud continues to play out, fans and fellow comedians find themselves divided. Some support Kevin Hart, praising his work ethic and talent, while others side with Katt Williams, believing that he has been unfairly overlooked in favor of Kevin. The clash of opinions and loyalties only serves to intensify the feud, with each side becoming more entrenched in their beliefs. Taking to social media, Kevin expressed his disappointment with Williams' comments on the Club Shay Shay podcast, saying that Katt needs to let that anger out. Now, 5 days after the explosive interview with Shannon Sharpe, Kevin Hart appeared in an interview where he said that he didn't feed into all the drama Katt had created in the Club Shay Shay podcast and that it's all part of entertainment. In the current state of the feud, it is difficult to predict what the future holds. Both Kevin Hart and Katt Williams are established comedians with loyal fans, and their ongoing rivalry has become a defining aspect of their careers. The feud has had a significant impact on their public personas and the way they are perceived in the comedy industry. As we reflect on the recent developments and the current state of the feud between Kevin Hart and Katt Williams, it is clear that this rivalry is far from over. The clash of egos, personal attacks, and professional rivalries continue to shape their relationship, leaving fans and fellow comedians wondering if there will ever be a resolution. But Kevin isn't the only one under the fire. Katt Williams on Steve Harvey.
Because in 30 years, I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets.
True to his word, Katt has been collecting information and airing them out every chance he gets, and Steve Harvey was not exempted. Katt Williams has long been critical of Steve Harvey and Diddy, dropping hints about their dark sides. The entertainment industry is no stranger to scandal and controversy, and one name that has been at the center of it all is Steve Harvey. From his humble beginnings to his meteoric rise in success, Steve has become a household name. But what if there's more to his story than meets the eye? Did Steve bend the rules to achieve the top spot? And what role did the Illuminati play in his rise to fame? Get ready to uncover the truth behind the glitz and glamour as we unravel the secrets of Steve's success and the shadowy forces that may have propelled him to the top. In the world of entertainment, success is often elusive, and only a select few manage to rise above the rest. One such individual is Steve Harvey, a man who has captivated audiences with his wit, charm, and larger-than-life personality. But behind the glitz and glamour lies a story of determination, hard work, and perhaps even bending the rules to achieve the top spot. Steve Harvey's journey to stardom began in the late 1980s when he first stepped onto the comedy stage. With his unique blend of observational humor and relatable storytelling, Steve quickly made a name for himself in the stand-up comedy circuit. His infectious energy and magnetic stage presence set him apart from his peers, and it wasn't long before he caught the attention of industry insiders. Steve's rise to success was marked by several significant milestones. In 1990, he won the prestigious Johnny Walker National Comedy Circuit, a competition that showcased the best up-and-coming comedians in the country. This victory catapulted Steve into the national spotlight, opening doors to new opportunities and paving the way for his future success. With his star on the rise, Steve Harvey continued to make waves in the comedy world. In 1993, he released his first stand-up comedy album, Steve Harvey, Live on the Apollo, which received critical acclaim and further solidified his status as a comedic powerhouse. The album showcased Steve's razor-sharp wit and his ability to connect with audiences on a deeply personal level. But it wasn't just his stand-up comedy that propelled Steve to new heights. In 1996, he landed the coveted role of host for the popular television show Showtime at the Apollo. Steve's natural charisma and quick wit made him a fan favorite, and his tenure as the host of the show lasted for 7 successful seasons. During this time, Steve became a household name, and his popularity continued to soar. Building on his success as a stand-up comedian and television host, Steve Harvey ventured into the world of sitcoms. In 1996, he starred in and produced The Steve Harvey Show, a sitcom that followed the lives of a group of high school teachers. The show was a hit, running for 6 seasons and earning Steve critical acclaim for his comedic timing and on-screen chemistry with his co-star. As Steve's star continued to rise, he expanded his reach beyond the world of comedy. In 2000, he released his first book, Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man, which became an instant bestseller. The book offered relationship advice and insights into the male psyche, and it struck a chord with readers around the world. Steve's unique perspective and no-nonsense approach resonated with both men and women, solidifying his status as a relationship guru. In 2010, Steve Harvey took on a new challenge as the host of the iconic game show Family Feud. His infectious laughter, playful banter with contestants, and ability to keep the audience entertained made him a perfect fit for the show. Under Steve's guidance, Family Feud experienced a resurgence in popularity, attracting a new generation of viewers and earning Steve multiple Daytime Emmy Awards for Outstanding Game Show Host. Throughout his career, Steve Harvey has achieved remarkable success, earning accolades and amassing a dedicated fan base. His ability to connect with audiences, whether through his stand-up comedy, television hosting, or books, has made him a household name and a force to be reckoned with in the entertainment industry. But it hasn't been all rosy, as now Katt Williams is letting out all the dark secrets behind Steve's success. In the now viral podcast with Shannon, Katt reveals that Steve's success is based on many lies, one being a stealing from fellow comedians.
The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had. Now Steve got a sitcom where he the principal and he wear a suit.
He went ahead to reveal some of the lesser-known drama in the comedy world. According to him, Steve had fabricated lies behind his success. One of his most told lies was the reason behind why he had quit doing stand-up comedy. According to Steve Harvey, he stopped doing stand-up comedy because he had been offered 7 shows, which he considered more lucrative than stand-up. But according to Katt Williams, that was not the case.
Steve told you that he stopped doing stand-up because he had 7 TV shows. The only problem is when he stopped stand-up, he didn't have those 7 TV shows.
According to Katt Williams, Steve Harvey had quit doing stand-up comedy because Katt had beat him in a comedy competition in Detroit.
He stopped stand-up because he got in a comedy battle called the Championship of Stand-Up Comedy with one Katt Williams in Detroit in front of 10,000 people and lost.
Katt also criticized Harvey's rise to fame, questioning his authenticity and accusing him of lying about his own history. He claimed that Harvey had never been homeless, despite the stories he told about his past struggles.
Steve Harvey telling people he used to be homeless. That's my story. That's not his story. Steve Harvey wasn't never homeless.
Williams alleged that Harvey's success was built on a foundation of lies and manipulation, and that he had used his connections to secure roles in Hollywood. The comedian's criticisms of Steve Harvey has had people digging up his skeletons, and among them are accusations of grooming his own daughter, Lori Harvey, for a relationship with the notorious music mogul P. Diddy. Katt Williams has publicly accused Steve of pimping out Lori to Diddy, countless times adding fuel to the fire. With an age difference of 28 years between Lori and Diddy, and Lori's close bond with Diddy's late ex, Kim Porter, this story takes a dark turn. It all started with whispers and rumors, but soon the truth began to unravel. The timeline of events surrounding Lori Harvey's relationship with music mogul P. Diddy and the alleged involvement of her own father, Steve Harvey, is nothing short of bizarre. Let's rewind to the tragic passing of Kim Porter, Diddy's ex-girlfriend and the mother of 3 of his children. Kim's sudden and mysterious death in November 2018 sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. Lori, just months after Kim's passing, shared a heartfelt Instagram post referring to Kim as her mama. The bond between Lori and Kim seemed unbreakable, but little did anyone know what was to come. Fast forward to early 2019, and rumors began to circulate about Lori's romantic entanglements with both Diddy and his son, Justin Combs. While Lori explicitly denied dating both Diddy and Justin, the suspicious timeline of her romance with Diddy raised eyebrows. During the first week of March 2019, Diddy and Lori were spotted together at a reggae music festival in Miami. Lori, at the time, was only 22 years old, while Diddy was a seasoned 50-year-old. The age difference alone was enough to raise concerns, but there was more to this story. Despite Lori's representative categorically denying any romantic involvement between her and Diddy, their joint appearances at events and social outings throughout the summer of 2019 contradicted these claims. The paparazzi captured them on late-night strolls in New York City, fueling the speculation even further. A source close to Lori confirmed to Hollywood Life that she and Diddy had indeed become close after Kim Porter's death. However, the insider insisted that their relationship was purely platonic, with Lori helping Diddy cope with his grief. But was there more to this story than met the eye? The contrast between Lori's close bond with Kim and her sudden involvement with Diddy raised ethical questions. How could Lori, who affectionately called Kim Mama, embark on a whirlwind romance with Diddy so soon after Kim's passing? The public couldn't help but wonder if Lori was aware of the rumors surrounding Diddy's mistreatment of Kim, from emotional abuse to vicious beatings. It's hard to imagine that Lori was completely oblivious to these allegations, considering her proximity to Kim and her knowledge of the industry. Adding to the complexity of the situation, Lori's physical resemblance to a young Kim Porter caught the attention of fans. Some speculated that Diddy's attraction to Lori was fueled by a twisted fantasy, as if he was trying to replace the love he lost with Kim. While it wouldn't be fair to blame Lori for Kim's demise, it's unsettling to think that she might have betrayed Kim's trust by getting involved with Diddy under those circumstances. But what about Steve Harvey, Lori's father, and a prominent figure in the entertainment industry? As an industry veteran, Steve must have been aware of Diddy's reputation and the dark side of the industry. Reports suggest that Steve and Diddy have known each other since the 90s, raising questions about the nature of their friendship. In August 2019, Lori and Diddy took a family trip to Italy with Steve and Marjorie, seemingly confirming Steve's acceptance of their relationship. Photos of Lori affectionately touching Diddy's neck further fueled speculation about Steve's involvement. The story took another shocking turn when Lori and Diddy embarked on another vacation, this time to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. Photos captured by TMZ showed Diddy touching Lori Lori's belly, sparking pregnancy rumors. While these rumors were later proven false, it's hard to comprehend how Steve Harvey was seemingly fine with all of this. As a father, one would expect him to have concerns about his 22-year-old daughter being involved with a 50-year-old man, especially one with such a notorious reputation in the industry. As we delve deeper into this shocking timeline, it becomes increasingly clear that there are more questions than answers. What was the extent of Steve Harvey's knowledge and involvement in Lori's relationship with Diddy? Did he truly give his stamp of approval to this controversial romance? And what does this say about the character of both Steve Harvey and Diddy? If you enjoyed watching this video, click on one of the boxes playing on your screen to watch more similar content.